we're finally on our way. I had a lady contact me yesterday. Her name just happens to be Rhonda, like mine. And she was wanting to buy a vintage gossip bench, like a telephone table from me, that I had on offer up. She wanted to pick it up today. I said, yeah, that'll be fine. I knew I would be doing some shipping and things like that first thing in the morning, and Lorelai had a doctor's appointment early and she couldn't go with me until later, so I knew I'd be home. I said, yeah, that'll be fine as long as you want to pick it up sometime between 10 and 11:30, whatever, you know. And she said, oh, I can pick it up at 11. She set the time. So it gets to be 2 minutes after 11, and I'm looking for the message, and I'm about to message her or whatever, and I get the message, I'm leaving Memphis. Okay, Memphis for me could be anywhere up to like a 40-minute trip. So I was still in the middle of my shipping and things, and Lorelai wasn't back, so I thought, well, okay. And I said, that'll be fine. And so she said, I'm running behind. She had to get her husband's truck and all that kind of stuff. So I waited another 30 minutes and got the rest of my shipping done, and Lorelai got home in the meantime, and we did a few things and all of that. I get another message. The lady says, I had said something about that I had an appointment, which I didn't say appointment. I said, I've got my next place I need to be about noon, you know. And she said, well, I probably won't get there till about 11:45. I'm coming from Oakland. Okay, Oakland is like 25 minutes the other side of Memphis. So I don't know if she drove in from Oakland, picked up husband's truck at his work, and, you know, I don't know what happened with all that. But anyway, I knew that that was at least a 50-minute drive for her. And she had set the time, like I said, and I got the first message at 11:02. So I'm sitting here just shaking my head. If this is any indication of how this day is going to go, I'm going to be exhausted by the end of the day. So we'll see how it shakes out, I guess. I don't know. Well, we went down the street to our favorite place, and we are going to mail off 4 today. And so if you pull them in the storage and you get everything else ready, then you have to do some shipping in the car. I got my buddy with me today. Can you say hello? Hello. It's hot. But you still like going with me, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. We're buddies. We got to work this estate today. That ought to be interesting too. There's events going on at the estate. I'll show you in a little while. We pulled up to storage. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'll give you 3 guesses. Let's see if we can get it to focus. I'll give you 3 guesses as to where that backhoe and dump truck is located. And I've got to pull out things for my estate today. This ought to be good. Lorelai, where are you? Oh, there you are. What are we going to call today instead of Wacky Wednesday since it's Thursday?
Totally messed up Thursday.
I think you're right. Yep. I think you're right. It's a lemonade kind of day. Okay, so we finally got the little gossip bench picked up. The lady is a wedding coordinator, as it turns out, and so she might buy some other pieces from me and things. She was using that for a guest table, like a sign-in table, for a wedding that she's got upcoming, and she does flip some furniture and things like that. And of course I get it really inexpensively, either off the road on a trash stash, which that did not come from there, or from people that are not worried about how much money they've got in something, which is what the lady was that I bought from. So we are heading to the estate, and thankfully I have gotten a heads up on the estate from my homeowner. And let's see if we can pull around here. And see what's going on. We've got to put up signs and stuff today, and we've got to put up the do not enter stuff and all of that, and so we've got a little bit of work that we need to do, not a whole lot. Once we get this done, this is the big thing off the list. But as you can see, somebody's pulling in front of me at the estate. Go there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's Burke's Extreme Tree Care. They have been trying for 3 days to get a tree cut down, and guess what? My estate is 36 hours from now, and they are trying to get this tree down in the midst of all of this. Fun times. They did have the whole driveway covered over yesterday, so this ought to be good. We'll see how it shakes out. Okay, so we got all of our setup done, except for the last minute little things that we're going to do on Saturday morning. And we got all of our prices. Hello. We got all of our prices up on the large items. I usually price the large items only, or something that is extremely collectible like artwork, those type of things. And that way it makes it simple. People, I've got up signs, and we take the large item tags to the attendant, and the rest of it they pull to bundle tables. I've got these white tables that I put up, and I put it over here kind of out of the way in the biggest room that we've got. And that way anything that's sat on the table, people have secured it just like you would at a yard sale. You just kind of make a little pile, and we make you a bundle price on it, and I pretty much know what anything is worth. So that works for us, and it keeps the payroll down, and don't have to do things as long. And got my supply bag that I roll around and all of that. These items right here are either still on auction or they're sold, or a mixture. We do the firm prices on the first day. Usually it's a 2-day sale. This one is going to be a 1-day sale because we do have just a partial estate here. So we're doing a 1-day sale from 10 to 4. And of course I put these in the driveway. I block off the driveway because it becomes a zoo if you don't. I block off the driveway, and it's going to be creative parking for everybody out here, but usually people are pretty respectful of the mailboxes and all of that kind of stuff. And I was letting my help take a little break. We're about to... Ninja Turtle game, yeah. But I pretty much got that done, and anything that's going to be a family piece that's going to stay in the room, I have no problem with putting signs all over, and people are respectful. They don't go past the signs for the most part. Every once in a while we'll have somebody ask about something, and I'm like, I know there was a tag on that, but I don't know that you took it off. So I kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. I do keep it to where it is cash only on this sale. I will take personal checks on this one if it is somebody in the area and it's somebody that I know that has purchased from me before. But otherwise, this one's a cash-only sale because it is small, and that keeps it simple. But we got some good deals here. So if you're local in the Memphis and surrounding area, you need to come see me. We've got all of this. She had pulled a lot of things out for us, and we were able to arrange things, and they're going to take their last-minute little coffee stuff up, and all of that. And of course the appliances and things are staying. We've got all of these marked off, and then things like the hutch and things are going to be for sale. So it just kind of depends. Of course, that's not for sale. We marked the doorways with do not enter. And like I said, people are pretty respectful, but this one's so small, just Mom and I are going to work it, and if anything happens with Mom not being able to come for some reason, I should be able to handle this one by myself, which is rare. I usually have 1 to 4 people that help me, depending on how large it is, or if it has an upstairs, downstairs, which this one does, but we're not working upstairs, so it wasn't really necessary. Let's go see how the tree people are doing. Looks like they're getting wrapped up today, which would be awesome. They're supposed to. Yep, they got a lot of it done. Seems like everywhere I've gone today, it was raining men. Men busting up concrete. Men in wrecks with tow trucks that kept me from my destination. Tree men. Men that caught me at the post office talking to me. Yep. We're going to call this one the Raining Men Estate. Lorelai and I got finished at the state, and we headed to the bin store and got some stuff that I'll probably show in a little video, and nothing stellar. The only stellar anything I got was a Tyson Lewis t-shirt that was kind of holy and all of that kind of stuff, but stuff like that sells. It was from Memphis. It was Rumble on the River, and I think it was in like 2003, something like that, if I remember the date right. I found it, and I got it for 30 cents, I think it was, 30 or 50 cents, something like that. And found a few little odds and ends, but right now we're coming from meeting Miss Becky. We ended up getting a phone call from Miss Becky that has one of the shops that we have a booth in, and she was headed to Hernando and was asking what we were doing, and so we decided we would eat Mexican food with her. And now we're trash dashing on the way home. We're going to see if we see anything interesting. Like I've said in other videos, that's what my grandkids call it. Lorelai, do you like to trash dash? Mm-hmm. You do? What do you like about it?
Well, I like that it's kind of like a contest of who spies it the first. Like
contest. Yeah. Sometimes I do, sometimes you do. Kind of depends on what it is. Well, we thought we'd come through their old neighborhood. Because like I said before, sometimes people set things out. We've already passed a couple of microwave carts and stuff like that, that if I still have my shop, or if I had a yard sale tomorrow or something like that, I might would drag it home, because things like that will go out for about 10 bucks. You know, 10 bucks is 10 bucks. If I walk past a $10 bill on the street, I'd pick it up. So why not pick it up if it's something that can be sold? So, saves it from the landfill. We do our part recycling and all of that kind of good stuff. So just thought we'd kind of buzz through here and see what's going on. I'll let you know and let you see what we find, if we find anything. Here they come. Long driveway. Mom, if you'll get the door and let them in, I'll film a little bit. As they're coming in, can you get the door?
I'll get it.
Okay.
A lot of people coming.
I hope so. We'll see. Let's see if I can set this up to where we can just get some people coming in. Sorry about the camera, guys. Tell me about your shirt.
I got this in Topeka, Kansas. It's North Topeka, called Noto. It's it's an artsy district, kind of like Overton Square.
Oh, we gotta go there.
Yes, and they have thrift stores all the way.
Oh, that's
down
awesome.
the avenue.
That's
It's
awesome.
in the older part of the town.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
Let's see the
this is one
back.
of their
Yeah.
groups.
Let me see the back.
Dumpers Anonymous.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
We ought to have our own club here.
There you go. Well, can we join?
Sure.
All right. Awesome. Have fun. And then as luck or planning would have it, Michael and his wife Elise came by. And he actually has a large collection of all kinds of film paraphernalia, trailers, and so forth. And he gave me some information on an old military reel that I had.
But this thing, and I see some issues down in here, but this thing's going to have to be re-reeled to even figure out what it is. And I don't happen to have a 35mm blank.
Kind of a circle.
Well, we'll put out a call and see if we can find one.
But this is, I'm seeing some armed services symbols behind this thing. This is a military film.
Okay.
Produced by the military.
And like I said, he was Merchant Marine, you know, so.
Yeah, it's got, it's a little hard to see, but there's Navy type symbols in the back of that.
Yeah. And tell me again what you said about identifying, like on the film, identifying whether it's a track or not.
Well, the track is, the soundtrack is just to the left of the V end. It's between the image and the sprockets.
Okay.
On one side.
And so we'll just see it running down the side if it's actually got sound.
Yeah, this is a blank portion right here, but it would have, well, it has a little bit of sound on it. But I don't want to dump the whole film out on the table. So
it's been wound backwards, you said.
This is the end of the film.
Okay.
So the last time it was shown, it was not rewound onto the reel. So it was left rolled
and stuck in an attic somewhere and started rusting.
So it's one of those time-consuming things. At the end of the film, you had to rewind these things back. But I would say, as films go, this is in excellent condition.
That's great.
It hasn't been run through many times. The sprockets are in perfect condition. So other than the fact that the film is aged and it is deteriorating, it has been dropped. This reel is in bad shape. But,
so you think that if we can find another...
a 35mm reel, it needs to be put on
a new reel,
a winder or a spool or something, and rewound to the other end. The other end will have, I'm sure, the title of what's on.
Okay, all right.
And
then we'll see the footage and all of that if there's any footage.
Looks like it is. It looks like it's sound. It looks like it's color, and it looks like it was produced by either the Merchant Marines or by the military.
That's awesome.
So what's on it, I can't tell you, but in terms of condition, this is eminently playable.
Okay.
Except for one little bad spot that I'm seeing there that might be kind of stiff. But
that's awesome. Well, we'll see what we can do. You look for something and I'll look for something and we'll see if we can.
But I don't have a 35mm reel, and I don't even. Recently I've started looking at prices of projectors. I found one for about $100, but it was.
Let me ask around a little bit with some of my vendors. They may have something that they'll even do on a loaner or something.
Yeah,
So you're willing to look at it for me if I find a loaner? All right. Awesome. I appreciate it, Michael. Thank you. Hey, Mom.
Hey, darling.
It's a wrap.
We did good.
We did. Time to take the signs up. We did a little bit over $1,000 today, and it was almost entirely little tiny smalls. A lot of the family came in and purchased things on afterthoughts. They had opportunity to come in like they do at all of my estates, and they get to pull what they want. See my pretty sign? And they always second guess, you know, that always happens. And different ones came in and purchased some things. I had about 4 really small pieces of furniture that got purchased, and 1 hall tree. And other than that, it was basically mostly yard silly kind of stuff and odds and ends. So for the first day and the only day on this one, the only full day on this one of a estate sale. Oop. Hold this, Mom. I can't get in the van that way. Thanks. So for the first and only day of an estate sale, a full out estate sale here, we didn't do too bad at all. $1,000 is not bad at all, because people always like to wait till discount day, and unfortunately for them, they will not have a discount day, although we discounted the last 2 hours of this sale. And that's when we actually sold a couple of pieces of furniture, was after the discount time. So that was kind of cool. Had somebody come in there at the end. So from this point on, we will advertise things online, and I'll have people that'll probably ask about a few things here and there, and it will get to a point in about a week, or maybe a week to 10 days or so, that I will bring dealers in and let dealers come in. I'll try and film a little bit of that too, and probably tack it on to the end of this video, or make another whole video about that. But this is not a typical sale. We usually have a full house, and we will have on some of our future videos, but we usually have a full house. There's always some little collectibles and treasures and things like that, but these are the type people that I like to do estates for, because they really need some help. And a lot of the estate companies around here won't take these type of sales. They like to have things that they'll come away with thousands of dollars. And while that would be nice for everybody, sometimes you just need help cleaning the house out, and it's a little bit more than you would call Salvation Army for, or be able to handle yourself. So you just do what you do for the family and help them move on in a difficult situation. So I think it's time for me and Mom to go to some dinner and sit down and let somebody else serve us for a while.